Afternoon. SilverCrest story continues to be successful. The main focus right now this year is to work on our Phase 2 program at our Las Chispas project, which is located in Sonora, Mexico. So we are a junior explorer in Mexico. The previous hat was to be a mid-tier producer in Mexico. So we did that successfully, and we're just here to try to do it again. So the slide that you see up there right now is a snapshot of the Las Chispas project. A little bit on our corporate structure there, about 60 million shares out, fully diluted. Current share price, about $1.70. We did rise up, you can see there last year, along with most other precious metal companies. By August, we were trading north of $3. Current market capitalization, about 82 million. Seemed to be bouncing around 80 to 100 million right now in this down market. And we got about 10 million, so we're well financed, 10 million in cash. Board has about 10% and management, and we get good coverage on the institutional side and the retail side. So this is a regional strategy play that's going on. If you'll see toward the bottom there is the Santa Elena mine. That's a mine that SilverCrest Mines under my direction built successfully. It's a major mine, and it's the flagship of First Majestic now. That transaction with First Majestic and SilverCrest Mines was in October 2015, and SilverCrest Metals is the spin-out. That's us today. So the whole strategy in the spin-out was to make another discovery in the region, and we've done that, and we continue to make more discoveries. So look for more excitement around exploration as we're moving forward here. But we're also focusing on building resources, and we are permitted to do a bulk sample, which we can potentially monetize in the near future. So there's a lot of background work going on with the bulk sample right now, and I'll get in a little bit more detail there. You can see Las Chispas north of Santa Elena. Those yellow lines are highways, paved highways, and then you have Mercedes, which is now Premier Gold. It was previously Yamana. So you can basically see that Las Chispas is between the two, and it makes it even more of an attractive project as we work on it. I won't go into the details too much here. Very flavorful history on Las Chispas. So it was discovered in 1640 by a Spanish general. I had 200 years of Apache uprisings, so there wasn't much activity. Finally kicked off with some serious production in the late 1800s under a family called the Petrozzini family out of Switzerland. And by the way, we just met with them a couple weeks ago while we were at the Zurich Gold Show, and got a lot more flavor and new maps and new data that they had in basements and archives. So well worth the trip to meet with them. The historical production that's documented publicly is about 100 million ounces of silver in the district and 200,000 ounces of gold. Very high grades. If you take anything away from the talk, it's all about high grades. And as Eric said, that we've had some big hits, kind of numbers that you haven't seen for about 100 years in the market. Continue to look for more high grades as we're drilling. When I'm talking high grades from production, they were at 15 grams gold and 1.7 kilos silver. So we're looking for about half of that. We figured that their cutoff grade was above a kilo silver equivalent. When I say silver equivalent, that's 60% value in silver and 40% value in gold. There's no other commodities involved in the equivalency. So we're seeing a lot of intercepts, and we're building tonnage around somewhere at an average grade. I'm trying to put my hat on between 400 and 500 grams per ton silver equivalent. Cutoff grade is going to fall somewhere between 150 to 200 grams per ton. We currently have 4 drills going. I'm remiss in getting news out, and Eric reminded me of that before I got into the talk here. The reason for that is I'm going to put out next week between 15 to 20 holes. We're doing a lot of detailed work since we're discussing resources, and I'm the qualified person for the company. So I'm boots on the ground on Monday to really look at all the work that they've done for a couple of days, and then I'll feel comfortable with putting out the news on those 15 to 20 holes that's coming up. Again, I think at this point, since we're looking at trying to do a resource, hopefully by the end of the year, and a critical mass number that I've been discussing in the public is about 30 million ounces silver equivalent. Okay. And we're trying to wrap our heads around that. A lot of detailed work underground right now, cross-sections, drilling, rehabilitation, really to firm up that number. And I don't want to put anything out. That's why I'm delayed in this news. I don't want to put anything out that's misguides the public. And so look for some details out next week. So you see this is what we call the treasure map. So it's multiple epithermal veins stacked from north to south. We have about 19 veins now that we've confirmed, and we're actually drilling these veins. We're focusing on 4 of the main veins. One is the Las Chispas vein. It's the first one that you see there to the top right. Then the William Tell. The Varela is a small one just to the left of that. And then at the bottom there is Bobby Canora. Bobby Canora could be the game changer for the district here. So we put out a few holes on that. Once again, high grade, thick widths, high grade being 500 to 700 grams per ton silver equivalent over 4 meters. And we're building on that. We have 2 drills there, one underground and one on the surface currently. And we're looking at building that into something that looks much larger than the Las Chispas and William Tell veins. There's just a quick snapshot of the long section of, you're looking south here, of the Bobby Canora vein system. And this is what you see on the surface. So it's up to us really to drill this and investigate. Look for the high grades. There's going to be low grade areas and high grade areas, just like any other epithermal system. We're drilling those yellow dots right now that you see with the underground and surface drills. So we're really expanding the footprint of the vein that you see there. This is the Las Chispas main veins. So think of this as more of a mature vein. We've grid drilled this on about 75-meter spacings. So you're going to see that. That's most of the holes that are coming out next week is what did the grid drilling do for Las Chispas main vein, and what did it do for William Tell? And we're really working on the details along with the underground works that we have here. Some snapshots of photos, the customary drills. This lower center one, that is the entryway to the Bobby Canora adit, which is a 4 by 4 meter adit, going in about 230 meters. You see the little eyes back there, that's the drill that's currently drilling right now. That was built in 1860 and has been open since then. So ground conditions are great. It's the stairway to heaven. It's 200 feet up. I challenged quite a few people to go up that, and that's in Las Chispas main vein. So basically, you got a management that's had a lot of success at Santa Elena, early days SilverCrest. We're just rolling that into building more wealth to our shareholders and potential shareholders, and really focusing on this district that it's a new district on the market. It's an old historic district, but never been drilled before, no evidence of that. We're the first to drill it. Focusing on 4 veins, a lot more veins to come up as far as potential for discovery. So it's all about high grade, systematic, boots on the ground, all the foundation of the SilverCrest legacy as it continues. Thank you very much.